The first World Series rematch series of the regular season in 2026 just ended today. Dodgers took the series 2-1. That wasn't confusing at all, right, everybody? Ohtani on the mound today, always fun to watch. And Dylan Cease, I'm gonna call every time I watch him pitch, I say sheesh every now and then. So I'm just gonna start calling him Dylan Sheesh. I think that's the new name for him. This is Hold My Ball podcast. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to get into just a couple other things real quick that are happening in the league that I looked at and thought were very interesting. Thanks for being here. Let's get to it. This is the Hold My Ball podcast, baby. All right, Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays needed this win. I think they won today. The series went to the Dodgers 2-1, but I think this was the Blue Jays' first win in the last 7 games. I think they're on a 6-game losing streak, which is not ideal. They are banged up. They're hurt. They got pitchers on the IL. They got players on the IL. They got a lot going on. Losing your catcher early on in the season, not ideal. So you can't take too much, into account for this kind of series this early in the season when guys aren't healthy. But also maybe you can. Who knows? The pitching matchup yesterday was good. We had Yamamoto and Gausman. That was a fun one. 2 studs. Today was Ohtani and Cease. What I thought was funny in this series yesterday, Gausman got called for a balk pretty early in the game, maybe the 3rd inning or something. I'm not real sure. But the manager for the Blue Jays, absolutely drawing a blank on him. And I like this guy. Drawing a blank on his name, doesn't really matter. He came out and argued, and he was so friggin' hot. He got tossed, and he was pissed. And it just looked like a guy who was on a 5-game losing streak, playing the best team that has ever been assembled, and he just wanted to get the hell out of there. Sometimes managers will do that. They'll just get into it. I mean, it was the balk. Of course it mattered. You're playing the Dodgers. You're trying to win. It's early in the game. Anybody moving from first to second. And I think the guy, honestly, I think he got on by an error, so even more annoying. Or maybe a walk. I think it was Hai-Sung Kim, actually. I think he walked him, leadoff walk, and then he balked him over to second. Either way, absolutely disgusted. Then they got a hit and scored him. So I just love seeing managers get real hot and real angry like that. It fires me up. I think they should all do it. Anyways, today in the sweep game for the Dodgers or the salvage game of the series for the Blue Jays, Cease goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 8 Ks, 4 walks. Cease is nasty. I mean, he is truly nasty, but man, the walks. I want to see him cut him down. And his first outing, I think he had 12 Ks or 13, I don't know, a whole bunch. The guy is just very good. I still think he's going to have one of the best years of his career right now. And that's saying something because he is good. Ohtani, really similar line. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned. That was his first earned run in 25 innings dating back to last season, I think. Only 2 Ks and 1 walk. That's the thing that I loved about this Jays team last year in the playoffs is they just didn't strike out. They battled at the plate. And when you battle at the plate and you put balls in play, good things happen. And I like that about this team. I think that's such a big piece of them is the willingness to grind at bats away and not strike out and be okay with a ground ball that forces somebody to make a play instead of striking out. I like that a lot. Cease gets out of an early jam in the first inning. Two of his 4 walks were the first 2 guys. I mean, right away. Walks Ohtani, and then who's hitting second for them? Tucker, I think walked Tucker. Yeah, he walked Tucker because he walks Ohtani, he walks Tucker. He's at 15 pitches after 2 batters, standard Cease. And then he Ks up Will Smith, standard Cease again. And then he gets Freeman to hit a line drive to second base. Not a rocket, not hit particularly hard. A routine line drive. Second baseman catches it, flips it to first, doubles off Kyle Tucker because Kyle Tucker's it wasn't a hit and run. He wasn't sprinting like he thought it was a hit and he was going to go first to third. He was just kind of running at 60%, looked over his shoulder, saw him catch it, and just pulled up and went, well, I'm screwed, and walked off the field. And it's Where's the fundamental base running? I watched him make a play or two in the outfield during this series. I think first inning of game 2. Terrible route. Didn't look good. He has that laziness to him. It's almost like he reminds me of Bellinger, but Bellinger isn't actually lazy. He just looks high. My favorite player, Bellinger's my favorite player. I used to impersonate him online. That's where a lot of people know me from. And I stopped doing it because the only way to impersonate him was kind of like be funny and not make fun of him, but it's almost like you are kind of making fun of him. I don't know. So I stopped doing that, but I do love Bellinger. I wish nothing but success for him all the time. But Kyle Tucker strikes me a little differently. He's just, I don't know, talks about, people talk about his attitude and like he doesn't want to be there. And it truly looks like that. And that can be pretty annoying. So I don't know. And later in the game, I thought this was huge. I thought this was so huge. And maybe I'm not on the coaching staff. I don't know what they told him or what they relayed, what Ebel at third was telling him. But you got second and third I don't know when it was much later in the game. And I think it was a tie game. Might have been a tie game. Runner on third with 1 out. And there's also a runner on second. And this ball is hit to Vladdy. The infield started in, but like not so far in that it's like we cannot let this run score. But they were definitely in. The ball gets hit kind of like down the line, I guess, but not super far down the line. It's a ground ball to Vladdy. A 1-hopper, 2-hopper, I don't know. But he goes backwards to field it. It's not hit super hard. It's just kind of an awkward one. And he's like maybe 10 feet behind first base, 5 to 10 feet behind first base when he fields it, runs in, steps on first. Pretty easy. But Tucker stayed at third. And I'm pretty sure had he taken off on contact, he's safe. Even if Vladdy fields it and throws it home, I think Vladdy had to take a kind of a backwards angle to this thing. Would have been off his back foot, throw home, and they would have had to tag him. Wasn't a force play. I just don't see why, with runners on second and third, 1 out, you're not automatically going on the ground. Why are you not automatically running on a ground ball? Worst case scenario, you get thrown out at home, and now they're not going to turn a double play because the catcher has to wait to tag the runner. So he's not going to wait that long, tag him, and then throw a guy out at first. The guy on second's obviously moving too, so he gets back to third. You have that guy still in scoring position at third. Now you have a first and third you can play with if you want to, which is crazy because the first and third is what cost the Dodgers the game today. So the Dodgers don't take advantage of an infield end ground ball by sending Tucker home. He can move a little bit. Would have been a good play. I think he would have been safe. They don't send him home, and then they don't score a run that inning. And then they lose by a run on, they lost on the bottom of the 8th. You got the bottom of the 8th inning here, first and third. The guy on first steals second. You got Heineman on third, who's not particularly fast. He throws it down, Will Smith. I thought it was a really good throw. I don't know if it short-hopped Rojas, I couldn't tell, or if he just missed it. Like the timing of it. It looked to me almost like Rojas might have been looking eyes off the ball just a little bit at Heineman on third. If he were to take off and try to score, he would have hosed him. I think that is what it looked like to me. I could be totally wrong, but looked like a good throw. But why throw it in the first place is my question. You got the 9-hitter up. If you get him out, let's say you strike him out or you just get him out and they don't score a run. Let's say you strike him out, pop him up to the infield or a shallow fly ball. He can't score on it. You have second, third, 2 outs, and now you're back at the top with Springer, who's been killing you. He's been killing you all season. I mean, it feels like that dude does nothing but hit against these Dodgers. And then you end up putting him on base. And you got bases loaded, 2 outs, and you're facing whoever was hitting after him. Let me take a look real quick. Where's the box? Right here. So you got you put Springer on, then you got Dalton Varsho, he's 1 for 5 or 1 for 3 on the day, which is fine. It's got a ribby, but Springer 2 for 5, and he's been hitting. He just hits the Dodgers. I think he likes hitting them. His career against Ohtani is ridiculous. But in that situation, let him take second base. Who cares? Doesn't matter. get the guy out at the plate. Hopefully you pop him up, you ground him out to the infield so the runners don't score. And if you have the situation come up, you put Springer on, you face Varsho and go get him. But instead they throw it down. Rojas misses it. They score from third, and they end up losing 4-3. It was a tie game. So I don't know. Let him have the bag. That's what I would say. Trust your pitchers and defense to get you out of it. That to me sounds like a more sensible thing to do. However, if you do throw him out, now you got 2 outs, the 9-hitter up, you strike him out, the inning's over. So what do I know? I'm not the Dodgers. I'm just not the Dodgers. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break here. This is actually going to be fun. We are going to rip a pack. If I'm going to talk about somebody that I'm working with, I'm going to make it fun for everybody, and I'm going to give you something for listening. I'm going to rip a pack with Slab Dynasty. These are my guys. All right, I fast forward a little bit. Didn't want to make you guys wait too long. The pack is ready. Let's hit reveal, see what we got. This is a baseball pack. They got basketball, football. They got Pokemon. Come on, baby. Somebody good would be sweet. Hey, this is my guy, baby. I will take it. What are we sitting on? We got Spencer Jones, 2023 Bowman Chrome. 57 bucks, $63 card. He's going to make a debut this year. I think he's going to rake. I'm holding on to that card for a while because I think that's only going to go up. I want to see him in so bad. That's fun, guys. Comment down here who you think is going to be, let's say, Rookie of the Year, and I'm going to give you a $25 pack to rip on your own. All you got to do is comment down here. I'll pick a winner. You sign up, make an account, and you'll be able to rip one yourself. I would give the cards away. Just be like, I'll give this card away, but I want you guys to experience ripping the pack because that's the fun part. Getting a card is cool, but ripping your own and the excitement of it, that's what it's all about, baby. Slab Dynasty. Okay, easy enough, huh? Let's get back to this Dodger game because here's the last thing that bothered me real quick. The Dodgers sit Ha-Seong Kim, and that just pisses me off. It just does. The guy is a spark plug for you when Mookie comes out. And Rojas is perfectly fine replacement. He made some really nice plays today. Here you go. Let's talk base running again because this actually pissed me off maybe more than Tucker. Vladdy's on third base. No, he's on second. Vladdy's on second base. This is like, what are we in? Bottom of the 6th maybe? I don't know, 7th? It's late. Vladdy's on second base. Yeah, this bottom 6, they were down by a run. I think it was 3-2 at the time or 2-1. There's a ground ball hit right at him. He takes a small regular lead. Rojas is playing right behind him. He takes a normal lead. There's 2 outs, nobody on. There's no outs, runner on second. He just hit a leadoff double. Just hit the leadoff double. And now you go ground ball right at him. A rule of thumb, easiest thing in the world. Base running cost the Blue Jays in the World Series multiple times last year. Fix it. Number 1, you are taught, take a big secondary, and it's different in the big leagues because you can get backpicked, and Vladdy's not trying to steal third base, and there's nobody out, so you want to play it safe. So he plays it safe with a regular lead. The ball gets hit right at him. One job only. Go back to second base. You got to go back to second base. Number 1, you need to know where Rojas is because he already looked. Okay, I know where he is. I see him. He's right behind me. A ball hit right at me. I'm staying right here. I'm going back to second, let him throw it across to first, and we are still in scoring position with 1 out. What does he do? He waits a second, like, whoa, and then he hops over the ground ball and runs to third, and Rojas is like, damn, man, thank you. You're out. Throws him out at third. Now you got to run around first, 1 out. Just like piss poor base running. You're the tying run semi-late in the game. You're on the back 2/3 of the game. This is the 6th inning. This is the end of 2/3, and then you move to the last third of the game. So it'd be nice to go into the last third of the game tied. It worked out today. They ended up winning, but I don't know. It just annoys me when stuff like that happens. And I know they're big leaguers and they're human beings, and that's normal, but something about it just gets to me. Where was I at? Oh, Kim. Ha-Seong Kim. Hey, he doesn't play today, and that's fine. Like I said, Rojas, good replacement. I don't know what Rojas did at the plate. Let me see real quick. Ha-Seong Kim, though, while we're looking at this, the guy came up a couple days ago in place of good old Mookie Betts, who was hurt. And let's see, Rojas today, 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a walk, and a run. So produced, good for him. But Ha-Seong Kim has played 2 games. He's 3 for 7 with 2 walks, 2 Ks, a 1.127 OPS, and he's got 3 runs he scored in 2 games. Maybe 3 games. I don't know. I think 2. He's had 9. He's had 9 at bats, and they had that 14-run game. So yeah, 2 games. He's 3 for 7, 1.127 OPS. He scored 3 runs. Let the hot hand ride. Just let him ride. And again, I don't know. Maybe his stats against a certain pitcher, who knows? But I just don't like all that. And you know what's crazy is I don't really think Dave Roberts does either, because I talked to him one time when he was coaching with San Diego. He was the bench coach. I was down on the field, and he was like telling me about the scouting report. It was on Matt Latos, if you guys remember Matt Latos. He said, "Hey, here's something to look at today. If Matt Latos does this, he will never pick. If he does not do this, he'll pick every time." So, like, I don't know. He had some tell. I can't remember what it was. It was years ago. And he also talked about all this scouting. And then at the end of it, he said, "But, Jake, you got to throw the ball, hit the ball, and catch the ball." And I'm like, yeah, that's called baseball. The scouting report is nice, but sometimes you got to go with your gut. You got to do this. Just like putting Rojas in the World Series last year for 2 games, and what do you know? He's the difference. So I think I'm big on riding the hot hand, and I don't know that Dave is a huge avoid the lefty on lefty, avoid this. I don't think he's like that. So I certainly think it was his decision. I think at this point, the Dodgers are on such the same page organizationally, everybody, that, Dave is free to make his own decisions. They trust him. How can you not after what he's done with this team? So I don't know. It just bothers me. I like seeing hot hands stay in the game. Freeland Ks to start the 8th inning, which was a bummer because this ball was like this far outside. Easy challenge. I don't even know if they were out of challenges, but I do know that Will Smith challenged the first pitch of the game, and it was like 2 inches down out of the zone. And he was like, "Oh," he like gave it the He saw it up on the board and was like, "All right." Like he knew that was way off. But so I don't know. That was a big one because it would have been a walk. It was a 3-2 pitch. It was far off the plate. Rung him up. He didn't challenge it. I don't know if he just didn't want to, or he thought it's so late in the game. It's what was it? Top of the 8th? No, it was top of the 8th. Or maybe it was the 9th. Might have been the 9th. Hoffman was pitching. So was he in closing the game? Must have been. I can't remember. But anyways, the challenge thing is interesting. Here's what I think they should do. Instead of the challenges, I actually like them. I think they're entertaining. But to give them 2, like, why stop there? People are like, they should review everything in the last 2 innings just like you do in football the last 2 minutes. But it's like, this is baseball. The game can be won or lost in the first inning. You can hit a solo shot to lead the game off and win 1-0. So I don't think you can just say, in the 8th and 9th, get it right. It's like you got to kind of get it right all game. Here's what I think they should do. I think they should take the umpires, give them a little earpiece, and when they miss one, just somebody tells them, that was 2 inches down. That ball is a 1 inch inside. Okay. You don't say anything. When they call a strike or a ball that's a strike and a ball, say nothing. But when they miss one, there's a guy that got a concussion behind the plate the other day. He umpired half the game. He missed 25 calls in the first half, according to the ABS system. So it's like, just tell him. If you called 2 pitches in the first 2 innings that are an inch inside and you're like strike 1, strike 2, and they tell you, there's a good chance you're going to call a lot less of those pitches as the game goes on. So, and nobody knows. Nobody has to know. I'm not all for hide the umpires. We see what they're doing. I love it. I love the challenge. I think it's fun. You get this split second. It takes 10 seconds to put it up on the board. Everybody sees it. Everybody cheers. Everybody goes, I think it's great. But that's an idea. I don't know why they don't do that. The Blue Jays did win on a tapper back to the pitcher, picked it up, fielded it, runners on first and second, threw the guy out at first to end the game. And their PFPs, their pitcher, PFP, if you don't know, stands for pitcher fielding practice, but their pitchers were a mess this series. Not good. I watched them throw one ball after another out into right field on balls hit back to them in bunts. So kind of a funny way to end this one. But Springer, we got to talk about Springer real quick because that dude just hits Ohtani. He came into this game 7 for 15 against Ohtani. And I'm almost positive he went 2 for 5 today, and I think one of them was off Ohtani. So That man just hits Ohtani. He likes hitting against Ohtani. Springer's kind of every time I've watched him against the Dodgers last postseason and now this year and this season, this series, he hits the ball, dude. And that's that for that game. That is that for that game. I got another one for you. Another one of my friends. I'm going to give you guys what I'm playing today. My bet today. I got a bet going on. I'm putting it in at Caesars Sportsbook. I'm taking the Yankees money line. We'll call this the bet of the day. The Yanks money line. It's going to be a parlay because I like this. Yanks money line. I think they're going to win tomorrow against the A's. I think they're going to hit. I think there's going to be some bombs. And then I'm going to take the Diamondbacks and Mets over 7 runs. I just feel like a midday. I don't know when this game is, but I feel like a Thursday midweek game. I feel like runs are coming. Lots of runs. And then I'm going to take the Padres minus 1.5 runs over the Rockies, who I know they're on a 4-game win streak. They just swept Houston, who is the hottest hitting team in the league. But they're traveling. They're coming. They're on the back end of a road trip. They're coming to San Diego, which is a beautiful place to be, from Houston. Padres are coming home, though. They're coming back home from Pittsburgh. They're playing well, too, after a slow start. I just think the Padres are going to kind of ball out a little bit tomorrow night. I think we're going to see Mason Miller, the Reaper. I think we're going to get to see him come in with a barely a save opportunity. I'm going to give him like 3 runs. What becomes not a save? 4 runs? I think we're going to see him come in with like 3 runs. And when he comes in, game over. It's game over. So that's going to pay plus 478, which, listen to this. This is nice. $10 wins you $47.77. My friends, 777. Come on, baby. Can't make that up. Yanks money line, Diamondbacks over 7 runs with the Mets. That's combined. Put the Diamondbacks runs and the Mets runs together. It's going to be over 7. And Padres minus 1.5 runs. I think they're going to win by 3. Plus 478. $10 gets you $47.77. That's my friends at Caesars Sportsbook. Now, we're going to go real quick. Phillies get shut out twice by the Giants yesterday and today. They're 6-6. My question to you is real simple. Are they going to warm up, or are they just going to be bad this year? I love that team. I want them to do something before the window closes. I want them to win a World Series before their window closes on Schwarb and Harper and these guys. I love Bryson Stott. I'd love to see them get the job done sooner or later. So is a 6-6 start concerning for them or not so much? Yankees lose to the A's today, and the only thing I've heard about the game from people is that it was cold. Well, it was cold out there. It's all I've heard, which is kind of wild. And Ben Rice, who's been raking all season, had a golden sombrero, 4 Ks. Tough day. And then I started doing a little research on this. Yankees had 15 strikeouts today, and they didn't get a hit after the 4th, which is crazy because the Yanks are 11th in the league in strikeouts with 110, which is not bad compared to the Dodgers, who are first in the league with strikeouts, 142. But here's a crazy stat. Here's a crazy stat for you, and I can guarantee you didn't know this. I can guarantee. The Yankees are, I believe, 8-3. Obviously, great record. They'll take it. They'll take an 8-3 start every year. They are last in the league with 77 hits. Last. For some contrast, the Astros are in first with 122. 122. The Yankees have 77 hits. The Dodgers are in second with 119. The Yankees are last in the entire league in hits, which is insane. Dodgers lead in average with 287. Astros are behind them, 271. And then the Yanks are 25th in the league with 218. A couple knocks above the Mendoza line as a team. That'll turn around, obviously, but that doesn't create an 8-3 record over time. That will even itself out if you don't hit. They also have their starting pitchers. I think they've gone 58 innings in 11 games, which is like five innings. They're only using the 4 starters, all that. I don't know when that changes, but they're going to need their starters to go a little deeper into games. That bullpen's going to be taxed in a hurry. But they are 8-3, all things considered, top of their division by 2.5 games, so they're surviving just fine. They start hitting, they're going to be a force. They already are, but they're going to be man, I mean, if they were hitting like the Dodgers or the Astros, they might be 11-0. It's crazy. They did play the Giants and Mariners and Marlins, who are combined 20-29. I don't think that matters too much early on because, honestly, I've watched a lot of baseball this year. I don't think anybody looks very good yet. Like anybody. I mean, I haven't seen a team that I'm like, yep, they look really good. The Reds are surprising, but do I think they're a huge threat? No. The Pirates, they got a winning record. Didn't think too many people saw that coming. They're like 7-5. Connor Griffin's in there, bring some life. That's fun. Skeens, obviously. Giants, slow start, turned it around a little bit here, I guess. So I just haven't seen a team that looks really good to me, where I'm like, yep, that's the team. Obviously the Dodgers, because you know who they have, and you know what they have behind the guys they have, and you know how deep in the depth of this team, blah, blah, blah. Easy to say they're good and they're going to be good, but I just haven't seen a team that truly impresses yet. And I'm interested to see who it's going to be. Somebody's going to bust out and do it, but all right, I've rambled long enough. Thank you guys for being here. This is the Hold My Ball podcast. Like, subscribe, share, send, save, download, all the things that don't cost you any money, because that's what I like. I don't like you guys spending money. I like you guys spending time with me. So thank you. Thanks for still being here. This is the Hold My Ball podcast. We'll catch you guys on the next.